What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of The Long Dark. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as I pick up bottles of water because we're actually totally out of water right now, and it would suck if we were to die of dehydration. We found a cave in a different map that takes us to Desolation Point, and we would really want to get ourselves set up a little bit better before we go out there just to have a look and see what they have. It's a long walk. I kind of just want things to cure and get taken care of. We got bear hides and things of that nature. I want them to be done, but they're not done yet. However, I do have the ability to fix some of my stuff real fast. And so I may... What needs to be fixed? Something's got to be in pretty bad shape, right? The botas. The botas are in terrible shape. Let's put them on the treadmill for a bit, shall we? Let's make them sweat. Let's get the crack of that ass all filled up with salt. That's what you get, Boots. That's what you get. Don't ever come at me like that again. Alternatively, it would be super swell if we could get some more wolf hides, but I'm out of those for the most part. So we'll probably just have to wait it out, and we'll go back in later on, and maybe I'll fix this thing once I shoot a few more canines, but for right now, we're in okay shape. I'm not in a bad mood about what we have going on. This is kind of like a layabout, easygoing series anyways. And so if we die, which we almost did a couple episodes ago, don't skip through because interesting things happened oh shit, I put the lantern fuel with the clothing. Next thing you know, we accidentally have Molotovs. There we go. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. And that was a hiccup right there. That was not my voice cracking. That was me having a hiccup at the exact same time as talking. And then because training, I knew it was coming. And so I was like, ah! With my diaphragm, and I squeezed real hard. And it stopped the hiccup from happening. The downside, I may have farted a little. Just a little. Don't draw attention to it. It'll be fine. That's the biggest part, is the person that really blows the fart out of proportion. I'm not trying to be punny right now. You know, it's always that guy that's like, I smell fart. Wait, are my clothes not on right now? Why do I not have boots on right now? Is it because I repaired them? Or is it because some other weird... Have I been walking around barefoot in the snow? Damn it, I've been walking around barefoot in the snow. I am the worst survivor ever. I do have a fire striker, which is pretty dope. I really, really like the Fire Striker, and so that means we really don't have to carry around a ton of matches anymore either. So I may be able to get away with dumping some of these up inside the sack. I wanted to craft a couple things before we leave, too. I wanted to make sure that we had... I was going to craft, and it was going to be super cool. I was going to craft, I think, a couple more old man beard Band-Aids. Because everybody knows rubbing refuse from a tree on your arm is the best plan ever if you want to stay alive. I don't remember. I think I need a workshop to do this, actually. I think I need one of these benches over here. And so good. I'm glad I actually grabbed a lot of that because I was concerned about it. We don't have a whole lot of old man's beard bandages around, and I like having them because anytime you get bit or cut by anything in this game, it tends to be a hazard to you and your person. And so I like nullifying both of those stati at the same time. It makes me happy, so cool. We got some kindling, we got some like sewing kits in here. That all looks fine. We got like 10 hours. We're a little bit tired, but I think if I bring a bedroll, we should be alright. This one's at 35%. Maybe we'll start out tomorrow for Desolation Point, because for right now, it seems like maybe I should spend a bit of time repairing this. It needs help. It's in bad shape. Pick up all of the cloth. Thank you. I've got all the cloth right now. And this guy, who's big and blue and got lots of holes in him, this guy will repair you real fast. It's going to take a couple hours to get it done, and by the time we finish it off, I would virtually guarantee we're going to be tired. Nope, don't harvest it. Repair it again. Yep, one more time. All of the repairs in the world. If you can get a repair up in here, I will be super happy with you. Fantastic. Now if that's at 95%, it should give us a pretty good heat bonus. The downside is that we are carrying around a lot of stuff, and it weighs a ton, and unfortunately, there's not much more that I can do about that. I can get our weight down a little bit, but there's only so much you can do. Things are so weighty in this game that it's always problematic. It's like always going to be an issue for you. Go ahead and drop off a couple of the Band-Aids. We've got some pills and some painkillers. I'll probably hold on to those. All of my sewing kits can go on the ground except for this little busted one, which I think I'll bring along for the adventure because he seems like he's been understimulated lately, and I want him to have fun out in the wilderness. I could probably get rid of a couple of these. I don't think there's any reason that I'm going to need like 9 of them. We should be fine right there. The antiseptic we 100% don't need. Because we've got the old man's beard band-aids. I wonder why the old man's beard band-aids are good at healing infections. Do they have some kind of natural antibiotic inside of them? Is like penicillin you can wrap around your arm and be like, this feels like healthy. I have lots of cured gut. If you wanted those sorts of things. We're not that tired. I bet we could make the run right now. I'm going to load up on extra food, though, before we go. Maybe bring a couple of you guys. We won't be looting anytime soon, so I just want to bring a lot of stuff with me so that if we end up spending the night anywhere, we'll be properly prepared. We'll have our toothbrush. We'll have our onesie. We'll have our sexy lady novels that we like to read in the depths of night when nobody's paying attention. Alright, so 9 degrees Celsius protection. I don't see a wolf around here anywhere. And since I don't really care, we can sleep anywhere now because I've got my little sleeping bag. We're going to sprint in between here and all the locations we want to be in. Now, as we always do, we're only going to sprint down like half of our bar. But we're actively trying to be all up in Desolation Point right now. I'm going to explore the crumbling highway a little bit better and see if I can't loop around the side because I thought I saw something that looked like white ice out there that I might be able to utilize. Oh, there's so many deerses and also a dogses. I don't think you want to do that, doggy. I think you may have just made your last mistake. Looking at me wrong. It's a rough world out here. Don't take it personally. Just because you don't have what it takes, it's not your fault. It's because your doggy parents didn't raise you right. They didn't tell you that if you bear fang at somebody, they're going to come right back at you. Escalation's a bitch, my friend. You just learned that the hard way. Don't escalate. Escalation tends to make things a lot worse. Unless you're in the mall and the See's Candy is on the top floor. And then escalation makes it way better because then you get to go up there and get those delicious ass dark chocolate molasses chips. My lord. Lord, oh lordy lord. They are so delicious. One of my favorite things. I like them a lot. They are delicious. The problem is that my girlfriend also likes them. And so they have this weird tendency to vanish in between short periods of time. And so, like, I'll get done with work, and I'll be like, hey, you know what sounds good? Molasses chips. And then there won't be any. And I'll be like, no! And I won't have molasses chips, and it'll make me sad. That actually made my heart beat a little bit faster. That noise that I just made raised my blood a little bit. It made my heart, I could feel it in my throat for a second. It's gone now. But just for a minute. So apparently cardiovascular health revolves around me making that noise as much as possible. And so I think that it's been validated and vetted by the universe. I'm going to make that noise all the time from now on. There's so many buoys out there. Boo-wee! Oh, the bear's gone. I shouldn't have made that noise. My cat's going to come in here now. Any sort of like wee type noise, my cat always comes in when I make it because I've trained them to do it. Yep, he's looking at me right now. His ears are back. He's like, I made eye contact with him. He's probably going to come over here now. As long as you don't make eye contact, it's like little kids when they're about to cry. Just don't make eye contact with him and it'll be fine. He's looking at me right now like, does he really want me to come over there? He's weighing the options. Like, how many pets am I going to get versus how long is it going to take me to walk across the room? I'm in a pretty comfortable spot right now. Sleeping in my spot up against the wall, getting the carpet all dirty. There's a big-ass, when I cleaned out my old apartment, my cat always sleeps in the same spot. He finds, ritualistically, his favorite place to sleep. Every place that I've ever lived. He finds, like, a spot, and it's so gross. The spot where he sleeps is always hella gross and, like, oily, and it gets all black and, like, brown-colored. And there's no way to clean it out of the carpet. You know you've just got to replace it. It's disgusting, though. It's brutal. It's super-duper brutal. I'm not going to get that rabbit right now. I don't care. Inside the house we go to rest and relax, get a little bit of the render as we wait. I've got a couple of, oh yeah, I destroyed some stuff in here. That's pretty cool. Some reclaimed Voodoo in here. We're a little bit tired. I'll probably just eat some food though. That'll take us up almost all the way. And then I'll probably drop the remainder of the wolf stuff in here too because we'll be back, I bet. At some point, we'll come back through here. It's not like I'm leaving forever to make a new base of operations elsewhere. I'll probably make like a little holdout base once we get there, just like a place that I can refuel and resupply if I'm in between locations. But for right now, it's not that big of a deal. We got 4 hours of daylight left. Well, shit, son. Get inside that bed. Get some snuggling done. Watch the sun go down. Enjoy your sleepy time. I hate sleeping. It's the worst. Such a giant waste of time. I think about that all the time, how much more productive I would be if I didn't sleep. Like, if there was no sleep and we didn't get tired like that, it would be the shit. It would be super awesome. I'll probably go in on another 6. That'll be cool. That'll give us, like, a little bit over 4 hours of daylight to play around with, and I bet it'll be alright. Exactly. Perfect. And then I've also got some crafting and stuff I need to do, so it'll work out in the end. That'll get our stomach refilled back up. Not a lot of food around, but I bet the hunting opportunities will be okay when we go into the next area. A little bit of water down. Watch that weight fall off just slightly. Hey, Hides, are you done being cured? You're 98% cured. Well, I would like to use you, so I'm going to sleep for 1 more hour because it's probably too cold outside for me to do anything anyways. And then we will come back and we shall gird our shoes, actually our pants in this case. I'm going to make myself a super killer cod piece out of this piece of deer over here. I think I got stuck in a wall. It's all better though now, I promise. How is it still 98%? Ugh, cure faster. I hate you, Deer Hide. You're making my life very, very difficult. This is already not a stimulating game. Like, not a lot of things happen here. And I have to get excited about the smallest things while we play. And so... oh my god. Alright, screw it. I don't care. I quit. We're going somewhere else. This is the worst day ever. I'm going back to bed. I got this game on my phone that's Warhammer 40k. It's called Warhammer 40k Freeblade or something like that. You're like this bit. It's basically Star Fox, but you're in a giant walking mech. And you just murder stuff for the Imperium. It's pretty awesome, except that the entire game is a giant cash grab of epic proportions. As long as you only play it like 30 minutes every day, you'll be alright. But if you get addicted to it like I did the first day, it's like, yep, I'm going to end up spending money on this one. I could tell already. Goddamn free-to-play games. I hate them so much. Free-to-play games are the worst. I can't stand them. Because what a developer is saying when they make their game free is they're saying that my game is worthless and has no value. Here, go play it. That's like the first thing on the docket is they're being like, this game sucks too much for me to charge money for it, so I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to put a whole bunch of random schemes inside the game to try and force you to spend money on dumb shit you don't need every 5 minutes. And then you can't tell me. It's a proven fact that people spend more money on free-to-play games than they do on sub-games. I miss the old days where you had to buy into a game, and that in and of itself made you a part of the community. Nowadays, it's just like free players and sub-players, and there's like a divide in the community. Most free-to-play games are worthless anyways. They're all terrible. They're all cash grab schemes, every single one of them. Like, oh, so you're telling me I have to look like a worthless hobo until I spend $5 on the vanity gear that you have? Gotcha. I can't look cool until I spend money, or I can't get XP until I look money. It's all the same thing to me. I don't care if it's like vanity gear or anything else. I want to pay one price and have all of the things inside of the game. If you don't like that, well, then I guess I won't be frequenting your game. Commuter's Lament. I suppose a big rock in the middle of the road would make me lament my commute a little bit more. Although I'd probably just call into work and be like, yeah, there's a big rock in the middle of the road. Can I just go home? And if they said no, I'd be like, oh, y'all a bunch of bastards. Now I got to go out there and I got to figure out where the junction is so I can go around. And then Google Maps never gives you the right alternate route. It always gives you some weird route where you end up out in the middle of nowhere and there's some guy with a banjo and a shotgun, some suspenders sitting on a log, just being like, bang, 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 bang. Where are you from? Like, you know you live in California, right? I know that's a fake accent, 100%. Where are you from, boy? Oh, that's an accent, dude. You're making that shit up. Talk normal. You're from California. I know you don't have that accent. I know you started talking like that when you moved out into the country because you wanted to be a hick. I know it. You can't. I've lived here my whole life, man. I've done the math. You can't fool me. Just talk to me. Where are you from? I bet you're from San Mateo, huh? Yeah. Like, see, I got you. You're from San Mateo. I knew it. I can't stand those country singers and shit that are from California. They got fake accents. I don't listen to country, but it still annoys me. I'm like, just be who you are. Like, why? Everybody putting on airs. Everybody. Just wafting their own farts up into their nostrils and being like, you smell that? That's the airs that I'm putting on. Like, just be yourself. You are infinitely more marketable being yourself than you are. Okay, I'm lying. If you pretend to be something you're not, you'll probably be infinitely more successful than most of the people who keep it real. However, you'll probably avoid jail time a lot more successfully, too. Keeping it real's a bitch. Still, at the same time, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It makes me upset. Let's walk up a hill instead. Let's walk up a hill and make our legs tired. I don't see any deer around anywhere. Actually, there was a deer over here. We could harvest him. And we could cook up his 4 kilograms of meat, and that would keep us trucking for another day or two. For a second, I thought that was like the ghost of like a velociraptor. I was like, ah, there's dinosaur! I got scared. Dinosaurs are a real threat. Dinosaurs are always waiting until you aren't paying attention, and that's when they get you. Every single time. They're like zombies. They wait for you to be complacent, and then they get your ass. You'd be like, damn, this seems like it could have been easily avoided, but instead, now I've been bit by a zombie. Shit. Where was that deer at, though? He was around here somewhere. There was a deer here somewhere. There was a deer here near. And as long as we don't veer too far, I know that deer was over here somewhere. Wonder if it despawned because I took the hide off of it. It shouldn't, though. It should just be an emplacement on the map because it was one of the pre-placed, like, frozen dead ones. Huh. And, of course, those layabout lazy birds aren't flying around anywhere so I can find. I know it was over here. And now there's nothing but sticks in the snow. And ain't nobody got time for a magic carpet ride. Well, that's upsetting. I had a plan, I remembered a thing, and I got excited about it, and then my hopes were dashed. What a disappointment. What a letdown. My life is ruined. I'll go sit in the backyard and cry for a while. Why? Why have you done this to me, universe? I should probably get the crowbar out of here, since we're going into the mines. I think, yeah, there's the pry bar right there. So we got the crowbar. Probably won't mess with any of this stuff. How many hours of daylight do I... Dude, I have so many stats left. We're good. What am I even worried about? I was like, I'm starving to death and my life is so difficult. Nothing is going the way that I want. And actually, we're in okay shape. We're rocking it right now, Chieftain. Let's run on down the hill. God, I hate this stuffed nose so much. I hate being sick. And it's all my significant other's fault. She brought it home from work. So deeply upsetting. Like, why can't you just not work and not get me sick? Oh, the deer was over here. Well, then that changes things. Dearly. I wanted to go around. The carcass condition is too low to harvest. Oh, ain't that a bitch. Wait, never mind then. Alright, well, I'm going to walk down this little ravine right here. See if there's anything that I missed, because it looked like you might be able to loop around on the ice over here and go somewhere else interesting. And I like interesting places. Interesting places fill me with all kinds of happiness. And so if I can have happiness, I think I'll explore that option out this way. Oh, like hell you did, Wolf. You better figure it out. I'm looking for dinner right now. I came into this map hungry, wanting it. That's right, come fight me on the ice. Fight me! Right now I'm that dude from Predator who takes his shirt off and walks out onto the log with a knife and he's like, ah! That guy's the manliest dude. He's dumb as shit, but he's also the manliest dude. It's amazing how often manliness and stupidity go hand in hand. I don't know if anybody else has ever noticed that. But just for me, every time I start feeling really, really manly, it's like within 10 minutes I'm going to do something really stupid. Oop. This ice is weak. Apparently it tells you when there's weak ice. I had no idea about that particular phenomena. Okay, so I guess I can't loop around that way. And another wolf bites the dust. Bada bump, bump, bump. I doubt that there's anything over here. I doubt it strongly, but we can go look. It's nice that they made it interactable. I appreciate that. I don't like it when there's big chunks of the map that you're not allowed to be on. It annoys me. Like, they went to all the trouble of, like, designing the map, but then they, like, blocked it all off with, like, arbitrary boundaries and whatnot. I always hate that shit about theme parks. I was gonna play WildStar, but then it went free-to-play, and so I was like, yeah, that's never gonna happen. The second something goes free-to-play, it's like it instantly gets checked off in my book. I will never play that game. Dungeon Fighter Online I gave a chance because I like beat-em-ups. I don't strictly count that as an MMO. I think of it as like a beat-em-up game that I can play. And frankly, people don't make too many beat-em-up games anymore. And so we'll just do that first. Yay! And then after that's done... You know, it's funny, but I don't think I've ever actually cleaned a corpse with an axe before. I just think it's weird that this game gives you a bonus to the time that it takes when you use an axe for meat. I would figure you just use a knife for everything, because that's what we always did. Just snip, snip, snip. You get it done. Is there anything under this over here? I'm not trying to run around right now, but I figure since we're already on this map, I'll probably sleep in the basement tonight. And then... if there's anything useful out this way, I would like to survey it. It would fill me with joy. Is there like a little cave over here? What is this? Ah, there's no cave. And I bet it's going to go weak ice. Yep. Weak ice. Alright, well, we're not going that way, I guess. I am disappointed by this map. I feel like it's basically just a pipeline to force you to go after Desolation Point or into the mines or whatever. And there's definitely a bear in the mines. On the way back out, when I was walking back to base after the last episode, I heard the bear. It was like, "Rah!" I don't know if he stubbed his toe or he, like, I don't know, burned his lasagna or something, but he's in a bad mood. Still, I think I'll probably stop the episode right here because all I'm really going to do... the arch. All I'm really going to do is I'm just going to go back to the house and sleep it off for a day or so, and that's probably where we'll pick up our adventures. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all later. We found a dead deer, so that's pretty cool. How's it going? Oh, that's not enough meat for me to care about. Well, I'll take that stuff then. I'm just going to leave hides in random houses all over the map so that no matter when I need repairs, I can get after them. How about that? Fresh deer hide, whole bunch of crow's feathers. It looks like you might be able to go back over there. But they might weak ice me again. You can never tell. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all later. I'm going to gather the remaining tidbits from this map, and then I'll probably be on my way in the next episode. Off to Desolation Point, where we can make ourselves new gearses. How you do, everybody?